We are technically live. I have no idea if the stream is going through. So I'm just gonna wait. Uh, Also, the stream quality should be better this time. So let me know in the chat if the stream quality is better. Oh, Nehan is here. Hi, Nehan. I'm just gonna. I have to check for the voice audio. So I'm just gonna do that very quickly. And I really need like professional equipment at this point. But yeah, it seems like it's fine. Okay, perfect. Anyways, also if you guys are wondering how I check if like my voice is better or not, it's very simple. You join through your phone, okay, and you just listen to yourself. Also, that's how I monitor chat. This is like the easier way to do that. But yeah, welcome to Estudely Live 13, where we are dedicated and very focused to bring you guys with the latest of tech news and tech in general. Okay, so now let's start with today's story. Well, I know it says, GitHub CoPilot, but that's a story that comes later. Okay, also, once again, I'll just repeat, you guys can notice now we should be in HD clarity. I did change up the programs. Brave Talk or technically Jitsi Meet wasn't working for me anymore. So now we transition to OBS. For people who don't know, OBS is a streaming software. Awesome. If you want to record something on your, laptop, desktop, whatever, use OBS. Okay, that's enough shout outs for now. But yeah, crystal clear, HD. So I guess good for the stream. Anyways, starting with our first story this week, we have something in common. So hold on. And that's our first story. Okay. So Red Cross, I know you guys must have heard about Red Cross. It's an, well, humanitarian organization. It was hit with a cyber attack that compromised data of 515,000 highly vulnerable people. Now, basically, the International Committee of Red Cross, ICRC, they said that there was a cyber attack, and this is basically our, every week data breach. And so, yeah, there was a data breach, and it came from like at least 60 different Red Cross societies. And well, it was a ransomware attack. And yeah, it was just information about vulnerable people. And that's basically it. So, yeah, data breaches. Make sure your company, if you are working in a company, make sure your company has proper protection against ransomware and stuff. So, yeah, that's basically it for today's story. The next story is fashion giant Moncler confirms data breach after ransomware attack. Now, you guys might have heard about this story. I don't know if you did. But basically, it's an Italian luxury fashion giant, just like, I don't know, uh, Gucci or something. I don't know. I'm not into fashion. I don't have Akira today to, like, coach me on fashion. But yeah, that's what basically this is. And they were hit with basically a ransomware attack. For those who don't know, a ransomware attack is basically it's kind of a malware, it's kind of a virus. It gets on your system and then it encrypts everything. Okay, and unless you pay the money to the attacker, the person, the hacker, they will not give you back your files, and your files are just logged forever. A good example of this would be watching the show Mr. Robot. That's what they kind of basically do. Spoiler alert. But yeah, it's very similar. So yeah, that's our first story. Also, I do not like. Okay, there are four people watching, but are those people active? I have no idea. So guys, if you are in the chat, can you just drop off for like a hi, hello, or something? I see Nehan and I see Lazy Stub, which I forgot who that was, but yeah. Anyways, moving on to the next story. Crypto.com CEO confirms hundreds of accounts were hacked, and there's like more information. So, guys, okay, first of all, if you use one of those crypto exchanges, like if you're in India and you're like, okay, invest in crypto and stuff, you like if you buy crypto, let's say worth 10,000 rupees, let's say you put 10,000 rupees in Shiba Inu. That's totally not something I did, but let's say you did that. Okay. Okay, let me try changing the sheet. Now it should just be my face. Okay, so let's say you are one of those people who spend 10,000 rupees, and you just gave money to basically WazirX or CoinDX or Coinbase, or Uphold, doesn't matter. You gave money to them, they gave you cryptocurrency, right? Now you don't actually own that cryptocurrency. That company owns that cryptocurrency. And if you read the terms and condition, for whatever reason, if they decide to ban your account, your cryptocurrency is just gone. Okay. So in theory, technically, if you want to own your actual cryptocurrency, you need to put it in your own wallet. Okay. Now, what do I mean by wallet? Now, wallets could be of two types. It could be a hardware wallet, it could be a software wallet. But yeah, if you are into cryptocurrency, check that thing out. Okay, check out hardware wallets. They're pricey, but at least that way you will own your own cryptocurrency. I hope that makes sense. If you want to know more about wallets, software wallets and all that stuff, let me know. I'll be more than happy to explain. But yeah, going back to our main story, and for some reason, hold on, why is my, that's weird. I don't think you guys can see my screen. Weird. See, this is what happens when you like use a random. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna try to fix this. And okay, I got it. I got a few messages from my viewers, but hold on. And I'm gonna try to share again. I Yeah. See, this is embarrassing. Give me 1 second, guys. Okay. I'm gonna try to share a new tab if possible. So Brave, and then I'll share something like, okay, it works. Okay. Oof. See, that's very, see, once you made some changes like on live stream, it's very bad. But anyways, now it's working again. Technology. Okay, so where were we? Okay, as I was talking about cryptocurrency, though basically crypto.com, they confirmed that their accounts were hacked, and it just basically means that the cryptocurrency that was in those accounts is now just gone. Okay, so basically you have to make sure that if you put like a lot, like a lot of amount of cryptocurrency, take it into like a wallet. Okay, don't keep it on the exchanges. If you are just exchanging like a short amount, maybe like 1,000 2,000, eh, okay, just keep it there. But yeah, anyways, the CEO confirms it. First they said no, but then they were like, okay, yeah, it happened. And they were really nice. The CEO himself is gonna put money and reimburse people who were affected. But yeah, that's basically it. Moving on to the next story is how 2FA was bypassed in the 34.6 million crypto.com heist. So basically, there was a 2FA mechanism. For people who don't know what 2FA is, 2FA is basically have two-factor authentication. Okay, so when you get that OTP, when you are trying to log into, let's say, Google, that's your 2FA. When you use your fingerprint to log into something, that's technically 2FA after putting the password. Okay, when you go to an ATM, for example, and you put your pin, that's your first password, and then you get another OTP on your phone, that's your second password. So that is 2FA. Okay, so whenever there's 2FA involved, there will be two different things coming at play: one password, one OTP, one biometric, doesn't matter. But yeah, that was bypassed, and that's what happened in the crypto.com heist. Moving on to the next story, we do have a lot of cryptocurrency stories for some reason. Okay, Indonesia central bank confirms a ransomware attack and it is leaking data. So Indonesia central bank, uh, apparently there's a ransomware attack again. If you guys don't know, ransomware attack is really bad. That's basically all of your data. It's gone. First of all, the hackers have stolen that data, and second of all, you can't get it back. If you don't have a proper backup, if you don't have a proper offsite backup, it's just gone. Now just imagine, there are a lot of, like, for example, okay, I'm gonna change the scene back to, okay, now just imagine, okay, on your PC you have a lot of photos, you have a lot of games, right? And what would happen if you had a ransomware attack on your PC and you'll be like, Aman, are you sure, like, I will get affected? I'm not a bank, I'm not a company. Well, a lot of random people do get affected, with the uh, ransomware attack. Now, if you're not tech savvy, there's a good chance you will get affected. Okay. Now, let me ask two people: do you guys have a backup of all your photos? Like, do you have like a backup of photos which are on your laptop? Like some people store wedding photos and everything on their laptop, and that's the only copy they have. I've seen those people. Those people are my family. But yeah, I just want to ask to the people in the chat: do you guys back up stuff or not? Documents. It could be documents. It could be photos. It could be basically anything you want. So, do you guys back up? Oh, okay. Oh, for some reason I was not okay. The chat just showed up right now. The chat I could not see the chat before, but okay, now I can see the chat. Good. Okay, cool. Oh, there's a lot of messages. Okay, I'm gonna go through this. Okay, hello, hello. Okay, I'm so sorry. You guys must be saying hello, hello so many times, and I would be sitting here like an idiot, be like, why is no one saying hello? Okay, so ledger wallets, yes, that's correct. Yeah, it was bypassed by the host header injection. That is correct as well. But yeah, a lot of people are saying yes. Nehan says no. Hemant says yes. I have a backup of hard disk and drive. You know what? That's fair. We also have Sejaj here. Sejaj, do you have a backup? Just imagine Sejaj is like just showing up to live, and I'm like, hey, do you have backups? Like cloud uploads, yeah, they do count, Jeet. In fact, cloud backup is one of the most safest backup for security, not for privacy. But yeah, cloud backups do count. Like documents. What important files would you have? Like, I mean, I do have a few game files which I can just download again. And I do have a 2 terabyte collection of movies and shows, which I would be very sad if I lost it. But yeah, okay. Cloud uploads do count. A simple advice: just put your just take your documents, okay, all the documents. Let's say receipts. Let's say your degree certificates. A lot of you must have gotten PDF in your degree certificate, so take all of that, put it on Google Drive. 15 GB of Google Drive storage should be more than enough to handle your documents. So yeah, I have backup turned on, but that's it. I don't know much about it. That's fine. Sejaj, take all of your documents, put it on Google Drive. Okay, just do that. That should be more than helpful. But yeah, so yeah, and you once again, if you guys think a ransomware attack won't hurt you, you guys are very wrong. So, Jeet, unless the cloud servers get hacked, see, if you use a reputed cloud server like like Google Drive or OneDrive, you should be fine, more or less. But yeah, because see, if you think about it, they do have backups of your Google Drive. Now, I don't know if you have ever been in a situation, but if your Google, like, if by mistake you delete something off your Google Drive, or if it gets deleted, you can call them up and be like, hey, guys, listen, I deleted something by mistake. It's not even in the, rubbish bin. Could you guys help me? And most probably, if you call within 72 hours, they will help you. So they do have a backup of everything you upload. So yeah, and if it's like small document files, do not worry. They will keep a backup of the backup that you have. So yeah. Please, I was once attacked by ransomware. Oh, that must have been very bad. I have a backup of only one folder of photos. That's fair enough. If you think that your photos are important to you, except the other stuff, that's fine. Keep a backup folder of photos. But yeah, it's something that does happen every now and then, and you are not that common. I want to say you are not that common that you won't get attacked. That's a double negative. But yeah, you will get attacked by ransomware, given the chance. There's a good probability. That's as simple as I can make it. Okay, moving on to the video cam. Hopefully this works. Okay, it works. I think a physical hard drive would be the best to back up everything you want. Sejaj, no. Uh, See, in computer science, I will correct you. Let me bring my face cam up. Okay, in computer science, one backup of one single copy of file is zero copy of file. If you have two backups, that means you only have one backup, because in computer science and data and information mechanics and every all that stuff, having a single copy is not enough. You always need to have redundant copies, right? So a hard drive is not gonna make sense, because a hard drive does not have a shelf life. Okay, for some reason, if that hard drive gets destroyed by whatever reason, like maybe you drop it, maybe there's a lot of humidity in your house, I don't know, maybe if you stay in Mumbai, there's a lot of humidity, the electronics would just go bad. So cloud and an extra backup, and maybe just put it on a DVD drive. Okay, DVD drives they last for a really long time. So yeah, not that ransomware virus have already a decryption on Google. Okay, so lazy. So I that makes sense. If you do get hit by a ransomware virus, the keys of which are already decrypted, you should be fine. But if they just change one single thing in the main key, you are basically kind of, yeah. So yeah. So Princess, you can relate to that. Corrupt. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, jumping back to the window cam. Hopefully it works again. It works. Uh, Perfect. Okay, so yeah, if you get hit by a ransomware, just don't throw out your hard drive. There are probably better solutions, but yeah, that's it. Moving on to the next story. Uh, Sejaj, if you have, you can use Google Photos. Google Photos is a really good alternative if you want to back up something. But yeah, use Google Drive. If you upload any photo on Google Photos or Google Drive, just assume that Google is gonna see those photos. But I think at that point you want to just give up privacy and just take up with the security which you get with Google Photos. So yeah, Google Photos is a good idea for backup. And Jeet is like, okay, maybe Gopi Bahu washes it with a purpose of cleaning the hard disk. Yes, use scrub and water to clean your hard disk, not antivirus. Uh, a quick question to format the disk. Oh, I would. Yeah, I agree with you, Jeet. We do have an antivirus story, and sometimes it does make sense to just use, water and soap to clean your PC instead of an antivirus. So, yeah, that's also the quickest way to get rid of ransomware. So, yeah. Also, legally, that's not an advice given by Easterly for legal reasons. Please do not hold us accountable. I don't think I don't think anyone's gonna make a court case, but still. Best if you want backup of all your videos with unlimited, then upload it to YouTube and make private. So when that's also, what, that's fair. YouTube technically is free for everyone to upload. So if you wanna upload videos and stuff, just put it on YouTube. In that way, you can technically, have it all in one place and just make the video private. So yeah, what Sofin is saying makes perfect sense if it's video. Okay, but yeah, I mean, you still have to set up like a YouTube creator studio. Yeah, you just need to know your way around, but it shouldn't be that difficult. But yeah, moving on to the main story of the week, for me at least. Yeah, so it is GitHub Copilot. Now, GitHub Copilot is something that has been announced since a few months. So, Finn, please correct me if I'm wrong. Also, if Altaz for some reason is in the chat. Yeah. Anyways, now you might be thinking, hey, what is GitHub Copilot? What are you talking about, Aman? So, basically, it's not just an autocomplete function. Okay, now we need to get bit into depth with that, so I'm gonna bring on my face cam. Okay, it's been like 6 7 months. Yeah, makes sense. Okay, so do you guys know when you type on your keyboard? So a lot of you might be on your phone, right? So when you type on your keyboard, there are suggestions. Yes, if you click on just write I, you will get another suggestion, which will be like am or something, 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 right? If you try to write, for example, when I try to send a message to Jeet, I would just write JE, and my Google keyboard will be like, hey, do you mean you want to contact Jeet? And so it will just give me a suggestion that, hey, Jeet. You just click on that suggestion, it auto completes. You guys might have also seen it if you use Gmail, like your main email as your Gmail. Try saying that 5 times. You will also get autocomplete suggestions when you try to write an email, right? So that's AI at work. Also, when you technically, oh, I could just show this. Okay, so if you just open up google.com, which I would not suggest anyone to do, right? So there is autocomplete in google.com. I don't think I should write anything in the autocomplete right now. But when you type something in the Google, you do get suggestions, right? It tries to autocomplete your query. And that's what basically more or less the GitHub AI programming is, right? So there already exists some, like some software which when you type something, let's say you are programming, let's say you are a programmer, you are a coder. If you just write, for example, PRI, it auto completes to print, right? It will be just like, hey, are you trying to write print? Okay, print, and then it will try to auto complete it for you, which is very nice, right? But GitHub Copilot is on a different level. Now I'll actually try to show you. Let me just open up VS Code if my MacBook doesn't crash, because I'm having old. I'm using 100% of my CPU. Amazing. Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna try to open up a file. Okay, and I'm gonna try to manage. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. Oh boy, my computer's gonna crash today. Okay, so I'm gonna try to show you. Let's hope this shows up. Okay, where is it? Code. Okay, can you guys see this on my screen? I hope this is visible. Okay, so this is basically I don't want to say IDE, but yes, VS Code is technically an IDE, but it's also a text editor, just like Notepad or Notepad Plus Plus or Sublime Text or whatever you use. Also, Word technically is a text editor. But yeah, so evolution programming language from Turbo C to Dev Plus Plus to VS Code Plus V. Okay, yeah. Now so Finn, I disagree when you say Copilot will replace VS Code, but okay, okay. Moving on to this, let's not get sidetracked. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see what's on my screen. If you cannot, I'm gonna try to increase the font. So see, when I program for normal, let's say I'm trying to write a program that just gives me the sum of the first 100 numbers, right? So it's very simple program. Also, guys, if you do not know programming, do not freak out. Okay, it's just some basic programming. So I'm just gonna start with sum equals 0, and then I'll just write a very simple program which just goes from 1 to 101. See, it's already giving me suggestions, but I don't want those suggestions. So sum equals plus equal 1. Sorry, I meant I. And then I'm just gonna print sum. Okay, so the answer should be 5050. Okay, because that's how it works. Okay, we'll just try to do Python main, and see, the answer is here. The answer is 5050. Hopefully the answer shows up at the bottom. You guys can see that somewhere here. But yeah, that's the answer, right? It's very simple, and that's how coding works at the moment. Okay, I'm pointing at a completely different direction. It should be like somewhere around here. But yeah, that's what it is, right? Nehan, we do not have time to sit down and talk about which code editor is the best. But okay, now you see, this is a very small program, and all it does is it just takes a value and it just finds the sum of all those numbers, right? Now let's say I want to write a program which finds the area of a triangle, right? Now that shouldn't be that difficult. But to write the program, I'm just gonna type it out. Okay, I'm just gonna explain what I want the program for, and it will automatically write the program, which is basically artificial intelligence writing a program for what I'm telling it to do. Now, if you guys are not already shocked or surprised by this, like it's a pretty big deal if you think about it. So I'm just gonna write a program which finds the area of a triangle. Okay, not a triangle but a triangle. Okay, and that's it. I just wrote that first line. Hopefully I'm just gonna increase the size. I'm gonna put this aside. Okay, now I'm just gonna wait, and I'm gonna wait for the suggestion. Okay, it's just gonna give me a very stupid simple suggestion like, hey, okay, how do you start with the program? So I'll just give it some prompt. I'll just say area equals 0 at this point. Okay, and then see, I just wrote area equals 0, and then now it's giving me suggestion. Hopefully you guys can see it's like grayed out, right? So if I just hit tab, that's it, a tab, that's it, and enter, and then now it's again giving me a prompt. It's like, okay, maybe the next line, do you want to write print equals, I'm not even writing this at this point. Like, my hands are here. It's giving me a suggestion for something which I'm trying to do. uh, I'm just gonna do tab, and I'm just gonna run the program, and that's basically it. Let's run the program. And yeah, it's asking what's the length of the base. I'm just gonna write 10. Yeah, it's reading my program, it's reading what I wrote, and it's giving me a program, which is crazy. If you guys say what is the height, okay, I'm just gonna put height as 10. And yeah, the area of a triangle is 50. That makes sense, right? Half times base time height. I can write basically anything I want here, and it will just work. So I can just write a program which finds the shortest path between two nodes in a graph. Do you guys have any idea how much of a complex program that is? Like, it's giving me suggestions for me writing suggestions to it. Like, I'm giving it prompts, but it is also giving me prompt to give prompt to it, which is crazy, right? Now, I mean, yeah, you just need to hit a tab. I know, like, only Sejar and Sofin are like freaking out, but other people who don't code, this is a huge deal. You don't have to code anymore, more or less, right? So I'm just gonna hit tab and I'm just gonna remove this part, and the program will auto see using Digistra's algorithm. Guys, if you learned math, this is one of the most difficult. Okay, not it is one of the most difficult ones to, like, change into Python, but holy crap, this is. I'm just thinking, like, so yeah, I'm just gonna try using this algorithm. I guys, I'm not doing anything. It's just giving me suggestions, right? So I can just start with, like, hey, I don't know, a print statement or something. Now, once again, I don't know how to make a program for this. Okay, I don't know how to find two nodes in a graph. Sure, the program knows it, but this is crazy. So I can just write def, or like, make a function, and I don't know, write short test or something, and it will just figure it out on their own. uh, so yeah, very oh, see, guys, I didn't even do. I'm just gonna hit tab, and this is the rest of the program, and that's it. Okay, I'm just gonna. Okay, this is very crazy. First of all, okay, okay. If you guys do not see, it's a 36 line program which it wrote. Okay, it's doing it on its own. It wrote this entire thing. I'm trying not to swear, but it's very difficult. Yeah, so how complex functions can it give suggestions for? Jeet, it can give suggestions for like anything you want. So I can technically write, say, like a graph comparing 95% and see, it's giving me suggestions. Okay, Sejad is like, okay, so far as you need to differentiate and integrate formula, yes. So why can't we just program it to write the entire program on its own? That's what we are trying to do. And in theory, there already exists, like, GPT-3 code, machine learning code, which does this on its own. So yeah, said that you are making complete sense. This is super cool. So yeah, it's a graph. I'm just going to write something. A graph showing 95% code and 5%. I don't know. I'll just write everything else, and that's it. So I'm just gonna write import, and it will probably use matplotlib. I'm pretty sure import matplotlib as plt. That's it. And now it's just, do I need numpy? Okay, sure, numpy. Okay, and I'm just gonna wait for it to suggest me something. So yeah, it will, basically I can do anything with it I want. But yeah, this is Copilot, right? Now I'm losing a lot of viewers just because I'm talking about Copilot, but yeah, that's fine. Uh, but yeah, that's basically what Copilot is. And I'm gonna go back to our tech news. So, why do we think this is a game changing thing? It's because it is, kind of, right? And there are a lot of, philosophical implications as well. Like, hey, does this replace everyone's job? Like, that's what happens when AI shows up, right? Does this replace everyone's job? Does this make every programmer useless now? I don't think so. We had a lot of. How is it able to do all of? Am I back live? Okay. I think I crashed my system somehow. But yeah, I'm back. Okay, so to answer Jeet's question, hopefully everything's working fine. Hmm. Okay, so answering Jeet's question, Jeet, it is technically using a lot of code from GitHub. So now, if YouTube is for videos, if Instagram is for photos, if Snapchat is for snaps, GitHub is for code. Okay, that's where programmers get together and put code up. Okay, that's what it does. It takes a lot of code. It's basically it's a neural net. I'm not gonna go into details, but it's basically an AI looking at stuff and then trying to recreate it. Okay. Okay, Now, you might have seen me on Instagram, before a few years, taking a bunch of lyrics from Taylor Swift songs and then, putting it like, hey, now create your own Taylor Swift songs. Okay, that's what an AI does. It's basically a learning model. But yeah, that's how is it happening. So, for instance, now in Hacker and Copilot is on the top leaderboard. Yeah, it's like you're playing against a god. So yeah, Jeet says things are predefined. No, it like every single time you type something on the code, it actually learns. It's not that okay, it's checking for this code on GitHub. No, that's not what it's doing. It's actually genuinely learning. Okay, so if I write something that hey, write a code for what's 5 plus 5, it will do it because obviously that value is not gonna be on GitHub. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Also, I hope the frame rate and the video quality is okay. Well, we need someone to cross check the programming that it has suggested. Sajad, yes, that's a good point. Someone needs to. Okay, I'm very okay. Wait, I'm just gonna go through the. Liz says, should data scientists be worried like for their jobs? No. Short answer. Long answer. We don't have time to unpack. I just lost all of my motivation to learn programming. Same here. Oh, we are going to lose jobs. They added a GitHub code library in Copilot. Um, Okay, I'm just gonna clear up something. Yes, consider turning down the video setting as using. Okay, hold on. Something's up with my OBS software. I'll figure it out later. But okay, what I'm trying to say is, guys, do not freak out. Okay, it's still a program. It's still trying to learn, and obviously, it's never gonna be like someone still needs to be there to tell program what to do. Okay, AI is not gonna take over the world, not at least not right now, and there will always be more programmers needed to figure it out. Also, I really need to like confirm. Yeah, the learning on itself part is scary. I need to check if the audio is correct. Give me a second. Okay, cool. It's correct. Anyways, yeah. So as I was saying, uh, yeah, it is learning on itself. Yes, it's learning. The more times you code, the more times you use it, the more times it gets better. But there's also a problem. Now, if you just use the Copilot to write code, and if the Copilot is looking at that code, it's not technically getting new data. So yeah. So yeah, Liz, data scientists should not be worried. Chill out. You're not gonna like this is not gonna replace your job. Okay, the just reduce the bitrate in OBS, it will be stable. The stream is lagging, I know, but I cannot change the settings while I'm on stream. Otherwise it's gonna, I'll have to change like a different, I'll have to change the entire stream for some reason. I'll have to move to a different league. So yeah, encoding is overloaded. It's fine for now. I'm just gonna trust my MacBook to hang on to its dear life. So, you do need to be worried for your jobs? No. Okay, this AI will always need someone to write and code for it. Okay, this is just a helping tool. So you're not gonna lose. Can you improve the video quality? Uh, like video quality, I'm getting 1080p. I don't know why you guys having issue. I'm using my own webcam, but it should be fine. At least the screen quality should be fine at the moment. I don't know. Let me try zooming in on something. Hopefully this is crystal clear. uh, but yeah, still let me know if like something's wrong with the stream. That I cannot do any changes right now at the moment, but I'll do keep it in mind for the next one. I'm just gonna close extra tabs. But yeah, anyways, moving on to the next story. If you guys still have any questions about the thingy, uh, that's weird. Um, okay, give me a second. People's streams are lagging. It shouldn't. Jeet, your stream shouldn't lag anymore. Hopefully. So yeah, moving on to the next story. Um, okay, I'm still getting messages that the video quality is bad. Huh, hold on. I still don't understand. Oh, it is good. Yeah, it's good, right? Because like on my phone, it shows up very good for some reason. So yeah. It can take the jobs of entry level programmers. So Finn, I disagree. Like, why would it take the jobs of entry level programmers? That doesn't make sense, right? If you think about it, it is helping entry level programmers to learn more coding. Yes, I do realize it's kind of making them lazy, but I don't think it's taking it. So if people will require this, why are people freaking out and hyping the fact that AI will take over and people will see? People are always gonna be required for all of these jobs. Okay, it's not a general purpose AI. I see at the moment our AI is very specific. Okay, we have good AI for, let's say, facial recognition. That's a good AI, right? Oh yeah, as Ria said, if you're getting a blurry video, just guys increase the video quality on YouTube, because I am at 1080p and it is well, as close to as crystal clear as possible. But yeah, as I was saying, uh, so what was the thing? Yeah, people will always require. It's not a general intelligence AI. Okay, a general intelligence AI would be closer to how humans think, but this is not how humans think. It's a AI which is just perfected for a single purpose, and it's not even perfect, right? Sejad, mine is at 1440. It's not even 40. That's 144p, which is highest summer. Sejad, what? Why are you at 144p? It's just I don't know. Close the live and come back, I guess, if your video is, because I'm at 1080p and it looks fine. But yeah, anyways, as I was saying, it's not a general purpose AI. Okay, we have AI which can do, face recognition and stuff. But if you give that AI to write code, it's not gonna do a good job. If you give this AI to, let's say, write Taylor Swift songs, it won't do it. It doesn't know how to, right? So it's not a general purpose AI. So yeah, that's basically it. Okay, you are joking. Okay. Oh, you're not joking. Okay, cool. I have no idea how to respond to that, Sejaz. But yeah, anyways, yeah, don't worry. A general AI is very, very, very far away. And if you want to learn coding, just start learning coding. Okay. I know this is not relevant to this, but a lot of people, I mean, most of you guys watching, show up to me asking, Aman, I want to learn coding. How do I learn to code? Like, how do I do it? Give me resources, give me YouTube links, give me, like, should I buy a Udemy course? Should I pay money? But guys, no. If you want to learn coding, just open up a text editor and start coding. Okay, that's basically it. So it okay. Yeah, just start coding if you want to code. It can, if you're entry level website designer, that every templates of website design is on Google Map now through Copilot. It can develop a website as per the requirements. Well, technically, you can do that even before that if you think about it. There are already drag and drop, drag the entire WordPress model, the entire Wix model, the entire Squarespace model is that you drag and drop features that you want. It's not new. And especially with website design and CSS, it's always have been, that what you see is what you get. Uh, so it's not gonna, I really don't think that website design is something that Copilot is gonna take over. In fact, Copilot would do a really bad job at it. Like, you cannot explain, like, you can explain Copilot that, hey, make a graph for me. It's more like data related. You can explain Copilot that, hey, how about you make this statement for me, or like do this, do that, or make a machine learning model or something, right? It's not gonna like just make a website on its own. Yeah, maybe a small portion of a Flask program, sure. Maybe an Android app, like the back end of an app, sure. But it's gonna do a very bad job at coming up with something which is good in the front end. At the end of the day, a human has to go down and edit code however they want, right? Because a website design is not that simple, at least not for a program to do it. Okay, if you can replace it website with code and programs. Now, see, with code and programs, I do agree, but what entry level job requires, like, let's say you have an entry level job which does, like, um, let's say you make an app, let's say you make an Android app, let's say that's your entry level job. How do you think it's replacing you? Because to use Copilot, you still need to know basics of coding, right? And it's not like a one click all solution for everything. It's, you get suggestions for whole lines and entire function, but it's not gonna replace you as a programmer, right? Sejad, what is Copilot? Please explain. Copilot is just like your suggestion engine that you have, an autocomplete engine or a suggestion engine. It is basically an extension which goes along your text editor. That's basically what Copilot is. Wherever you write code, Copilot is gonna come you and help you. Yeah, like make a payroll program. Now, technically, see, Copilot is learning on GitHub code, right? Now, technically, if that program is already made, I still don't think it's replacing you, because even if you need to make that code, you can just, yeah, okay, so you're saying payroll program, right? Copilot at the moment is out, it has been learning code which was written on GitHub, right? And if a code is on GitHub, it is technically open source, right? Now, yes, there are GPT licenses and stuff, but a very easily an entry level programmer could just go on GitHub and search for the code for a, let's say, a payroll job. Like maybe someone made a program. Hell, even every single computer science student or every single software engineer puts up their project on GitHub, whether they are making a calculator, even, right? Technically, you, as for example, an entry level programmer, could just go there, copy that code, put it in your text editor, change it however you want. Even when Copilot writes your entire code, you still have to go there and make changes. You still have to compile the file. You still have to, make that file. If it's a Python file, for example, you have to create it into an executable. You still have to be tech savvy enough to know what you are doing. So a company's CEO, or okay, not CEO, but a company's boss or whatever, is not gonna replace an entry level programmer with just a co-pilot, because, well, let's face it, it's not easy at the moment. To it looks easy because, well, you guys are programmer, most of you all, and I am a programmer, barely. And I just, like, it's, for me it's easier to just, install the extension and all that stuff. A CEO is not gonna sit and do that. That's my take. I could be very well be wrong, but I don't think it's gonna replace coders or humans or data scientists as, you know AI. I don't think that makes sense. But yeah, hopefully that's all the co-pilot questions. We can, you know what? Seja is like, please don't be wrong. You know what, Seja? How about, let's just, okay, let's just announce this on live. Let's just have like a podcast thingy, after, maybe day or day after tomorrow or something, where we just sit and discuss. How about that? We will just record our call and we'll just put it up on the internet. If that, yeah, it has limitations right now. What about future? Definitely someone will come up with that. Sure. Well, that could be technically about any entry level job if you think about it, right? People who serve coffee, the baristas in Starbucks, the baristas in, whatever robotic coffee that company name is, they are getting replaced with robot coffee makers, technically. So, you know, but yeah, you know what, Sofin? Let's get together, have a call. Maybe if someone else wants to ask a question, you guys can join on the call, and we'll just have like a podcast thingy. Especially, let's just have an entire episode just about, the philosophical implications of taking code. Who owns the code? Who has the right to the code and all that stuff? But yeah, that makes sense. We already are like very behind on the tech news today, so I'll have to move on to the next news. But yeah, we can keep on discussing this for the next time. Okay, in the next news, ransomware and phishing, Google Drive will now warn you about suspicious files. Okay, so if you put something in Google Drive, and if it's like, maybe a virus or something, Google Drive will now warn you that, hey, listen, you put this, it is suspicious, it has some virus and stuff, do not download this onto your computer. I think it already used to do this for people who have G Suite or, workplace accounts. But yeah, now it will be available to all the public, which is very nice. As I said, Google Drive does scan your files. Okay, so for privacy, it is bad. For security, it is very good. It's always like you give one thing, you take other thing. So yeah, that's the news. The next news is Facebook loses bid to dismiss users' data privacy antitrust claims. So it's basically, there was like, in a court, there was a bid that, hey, we have users' data privacy antitrust claims, and they just lost the bid, which I'm very happy about. But yeah, large files to RIA, yes. Every single file you upload on Google Drive is scanned. Okay. Okay, so फिर like in Shahrukh Khan sir, ये तो बस picture है. Perfect. It's a trade-off, Sejad. That's correct. Okay, moving on to the next one is my favorite one. It's about antiviruses. McAfee agent bug lets hackers run code with Windows system privileges. Okay, guys, if you have McAfee antivirus on if you have McAfee antivirus on your system, delete it. It's not an antivirus, it's a virus. Okay, I'm telling you. McAfee antivirus is so stupid, it's better to not have an antivirus on your system. Windows Defender is more than enough. Okay, so if on your system, if you have McAfee running right now, go and delete it. Okay, just delete and uninstall it. It's so stupid. At this point, it's like spyware, I think. But yeah, it has a bug. An antivirus, I'm going to rephrase this. An antivirus, which is supposed to keep you safe, has a bug inside it which makes it easier for hackers to take control of your system. Okay? Does that make sense? Like, it has a bug. It's supposed to keep you secure. Now, it's that meme that a soldier is trying to protect, but it's not protecting anything. Instead, it's like, hammering it. So just delete McAfee, okay? Just delete it. It's stupid and it shouldn't be on your device. Just use Windows Defender, okay? Windows Defender is much more helpful than McAfee. And it doesn't have at least stupid bugs like these. So, yeah. Yeah, as Sofin says, it's just using your system resources in the background. It's probably making your system slow. So, remove it. Moving on to the next story is Starpage search engine launches a privacy protection extension. So this is very similar to the DuckDuckGo extension. You can download it for Brave, Chrome, Firefox, and Safari. Yeah, you can do it for Safari as well, I guess. And that's basically it. Okay, it's just a privacy protection. So it basically will show you if a website, like it has a rate, it has a privacy score of 5 to 5. Okay, so it will just show if a website is like good with privacy, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. So yeah, it has good, it blocks trackers and stuff. But if you are already using Brave browser, this is kind of useless and redundant because Brave already blocks off everything. So yeah. Also, Ria, you installed it in the evening. I do not believe that for 1 second. So as I said, does Signal app provide the privacy required? It depends. With all things in tech, the answer is depends. But yeah, for day-to-day life, it should be more than good enough, Sejad. Moving on to the next story, it's not just you. Telegram is down for many users. So this was on January 17th. Now this is technically an old news, but Telegram did just go down day before yesterday as well at night, if I remember. So yeah, Telegram is nowadays facing outage issues and stuff. So yeah, that's basically it. Huh. And now there is an enjoy a safer email experience free from trackers. So Protonmail from now by default will scan the mail for trackers and will block all the trackers by default. Okay. So yeah, if you use a Protonmail account, amazing. Yeah, it will just block trackers. Moving on to the next one. Now there is Briar Desktop for Linux available. Finally, it has not been available since years. There was always a beta version, but Briar is now available for desktop for at least Linux. It was always okay. So they do have a beta version for Windows and Mac OS at the moment, but it does exist on Linux. So that's nice. Sergio, you were asking, a secure messenger, sorry. Briar, get Briar. Briar is amazing. It works through Bluetooth, it works through Wi-Fi, it works through the Tor network. It is the most secure messenger on earth at the moment. So yeah, Briar is a messenger. That's basically it. Ria, I hope that answers your question. And what are these trackers? Said that the trackers are usually like, hey, did the mail I sent, did this person open the mail or not? Okay, what IP address did they open the mail from? What is the what is the email client they are using? What is their computer like? Are they using a MacBook? Are they using a Windows PC? If they are using a Windows PC, what processor is it? Is it i5? Is it i3? All that information. So yeah, those are the trackers. So yeah, so when it's containing links like PDF, yeah, even if there is a malicious link and stuff, the tracker will take care of it. Proton, I believe Google already does that, but it takes care of your security. It does not take care of your privacy. Proton Mail more or less will take care of your privacy first. You can also use DuckDuckGo email addresses, which just act like like a proxy. I prefer DuckDuckGo email addresses over this, but yeah, that's your personal preference. Download Briar if you want full security. But yeah, Briar is free and it's amazing. Yeah. Last, okay, this is okay. Final news. We are getting to final news. Wine 7.0 has arrived with large number of improvements, and it is also supporting Mac M1 finally. So now you can use Windows apps on you can use Windows app on basically Linux. You technically you could do that from a long time, but Wine 7.0 also supports Mac M1. So if you have a MacBook and if you want to run Windows app, let's say you want to run Photoshop by Windows, or you want to run something else, so you can technically use Wine to emulate a Windows system. It even works on games. I tried it personally. I think it's amazing. I can now play Windows games on my MacBook, which is amazing. Also, Jeet says Signal or Briar. Signal for day-to-day life. Briar if you are some journalist who is fearing for their lives from the Indian government. I mean, sorry, all of the governments. Then use Briar. Okay. But yeah, for your use case, Jeet, I know you as far as Signal should give you more features. But yeah, Brad doesn't require anything. It doesn't require your phone number or email address or nothing at all. So yeah, in that case, let's discuss our next alien Brad. Okay, Sejad, I have no idea what you're talking about. Okay, moving on. Google Camera Update fixes issues that randomly change QR code URLs on Android 12. So if you are one of the 10 people on Earth who have Android 12, the QR code issue is now fixed. It basically was that you scan a QR code and the link would be all messed up. It was some issue with the Google Lens API and stuff. But yeah, now it's fixed. So if you're one of the 10 people on the entire Earth which has Android 12, get the update, get the January update. It's nice. Okay, moving on to the last second news. NordVPN says actually we do comply with law enforcement data requests. Okay, you have unlucky. I'm not. I do not have Android 12, guys. I have Android 11. Not I don't have Android 12 just yet. But yeah, anyways, NordVPN is they do comply with law enforcement data requests. So if NordVPN is supposed to be like this VPN, which is like, amazing, and they are like, we are very secure, we are very this, blah, 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 blah. But if a law enforcement agency is like, hey, give us data on this one person who used your VPN, they will just give your data. So, yeah. Which phone are you using right now? If I was just about to knock your door. Okay. Sejal, which phone? I'm using a Moto G40 Fusion at the moment, which is what's in my hands right now. So, yeah. Anyway, our last news for the week, it's this I saved this for the last because it's one of the best news I've heard entirety of this week. 9-year-olds are launching DDoS attacks against schools. Imagine you're a school, you're teaching 9-year-olds, and these 9-year-olds, these kids are using DDoS attacks. A DDoS attack, if you don't know, is basically denial of service. It's a distributed denial of service attacks. Okay, so basically what happens is they are sending a bunch of requests to the school servers, and school servers cannot handle it at all. Okay, and that's what's happening. That's what the DDoS attack is, and I think it's just really funny. So yeah, it's one of the best stories ever. Also, very similar to this story, there was this recent bug which was log4j. It was a Java vulnerability which was not disclosed since like 17 years, and it's like a very big deal. And you know how they found it? A bunch of kids were playing Minecraft and they tried hacking their friends, and they just found out that hey, there's a vulnerability in Java, and that's how they found out. So yeah, that's kids are awesome sometimes. Especially this time. So yeah, what happened is UK's National Crime Agency, they showed up and they're like, hey, listen guys, you don't need to DDoS attack everything. And they taught them that hey, this is wrong, you shouldn't do this, hacking is bad, school is good. And then they just taught them that hey, you can actually help people and stuff. I think this is one of the best stories ever. So this is the highlight story. Forget GitHub Copilot. This is the important story that needs to go out to the world. And if you think this is a very nice story, you should share it with your friends. Just click share. But yeah, that's basically it. That's all the stories for this week. I know we overboard with the, every story and stuff. But if you're already not subscribed to Eastedly, we are trying to get to 1000 subscribers. So frankly, I could just buy a better webcam and buy a better mic and stuff. So yeah, subscribe if possible. I know that my you can control a whole computer, log4j vulnerability. But yeah, as I said, if you're already not subscribed, please subscribe to us. There should be Instagram links below. We also have this amazing Telegram channel. Well, you know what? The Telegram channel is good, but the Telegram discussions group is amazing because we have a lot of people, a lot of programmers, which would be more than happy to help you with anything. Okay, I have people saying that, hey, how do I learn programming? Join that group. Just ask any question, no matter how stupid you think that question is. We will help you. If not me, someone will be more than happy to help you with the programming and stuff. But yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for joining this live. We had a lot of video issues, and in future we shall still have them. I cannot promise anything, but yeah, thank you. So the conclusion is, be safe from GitHub and kids. Well, GitHub is nice, so yeah, be safe from kids at least. But Cosmic by Alien Mike and it quote me. Sofin, you have 700 rupees. You don't need to flex that. I have 0 rupees at the moment. Technically, I'm in negative since I put all of my money in crypto. But yeah, said that we still have 5 minutes. Yeah, but okay. If anyone has any questions or wants to discuss something, that's fine. Also, technically, Sejad, the live technically ends up at 10:45. But yeah, we went overboard this time, so that's fine. Anyways, everyone, you guys can leave if someone wants to stay behind and hang out. I don't know why you would want to, but that's fine. But yeah, you did buy the dip. I I bought the highest point and I lost in the dip, but yeah, good luck. Huh. Ria says chat, but Ria, I have no non-programmers are also good. Oh yeah, obviously in the Telegram channel, I didn't know if I mentioned, everyone's like awesome. Okay, not just the programmers, even the non-programmers. We will help you on everything tech related, even non-tech related. Though I do not endorse that content, but still that's fine. If you have a life problem, we have a lot of nice people as well. So yeah, you are in the negative. So Finn, sad life, very sad life. But yeah, I have no idea why there are 6 people watching even right now. Better to be negative than positive. That's for COVID. Also, I shouldn't say the word COVID because YouTube does not like when someone says COVID. So now there should be an information bar at the bottom of my video because I said COVID so many times. COVID, COVID, COVID. So yeah, that's what Instagram does actually. If you like mention COVID in your post, Instagram will be like, hey, information about COVID and all that stuff should be found on WHO website and stuff. COVID. Yeah, Ria, do you want me to repeat COVID, 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 like multiple times, probably jeopardizing my future on this channel? But yeah, no, Sejaj, it will not show up right now. It will probably be after the video is processed and this replay goes live, which is usually around 11 in the morning. But yeah, that's it. It should I'm not confirming, but it does decrease the YouTube analytics. I know that for sure. Oh, I need to shut up. I cannot say COVID anymore. That's very sad. So yeah. Anyways, thank you so much guys for joining. I'm gonna close out the stream. My laptop is heating up, which is very nice in winter, but I don't want to, break my new processor. So yeah, thank you so much for joining. Sejat says I was planning to read a book, but I learned a lot here. Sejat, thank you. That I appreciate that. But yeah, thank you for joining us on the live. In future, I mean, we do have a podcast planning coming up. So if you are interested to talk about the philosophical implications of GitHub Copilot and all that stuff, I just text me up. Okay, if anyone here, if you want to talk about the philosophy of GitHub Copilot and everything, text us up. Okay, text me up. We will have a discussion. Lizna, hi. Joined for the first time. It was fun. I'm glad you had fun. And also, if you wanna. Also, Lizna is okay. I don't know if Lizna is still here in the chat. She is our resident. Uh, what's the word? 3D printer expert. Okay, so if you ever have any 3D printer or anything thing, just contact Lizna. And also, I'm lagging very bad. So yeah, so often yes, it's an M1 chip. I'm gonna close out the stream right now, and yeah, thank you once again, all of you, for joining. See you all in the next live. Yeah, Mac is heating up. Yes, bye bye.